we've already seen questions having to do with introducing and preserving the transitions between paragraphs and even transitions within paragraphs. You have to make sure there's that consistent flow. And you're going to often have specific questions that ask you to do this. So for example, 37, which choice most effectively sets up the information that follows? That is a kind of transition sentence, right? Which sentence sets up or transitions us from one idea to the next. So we're looking at 37. We're going to be adding a sentence right here. So we want to see which sentence does the best job of setting up what follows. So let's read this paragraph. Because philosophy teaching students not what to think, but how to think, the age-old discipline offers consistently useful tools for academic and professional achievement. A 1994 survey concluded that only 18% of American colleges required at least one philosophy course. Therefore, between 1992 and 1996, more than 400 independent philosophy departments were eliminated from institutions. So what's going on in this paragraph? We begin with the first sentence about the tools you can get for academic and professional achievement. 37, or the sentence after 37, talks about how not many colleges require philosophy, and therefore, because of that reason, philosophy departments have been eliminated. They're not being used as much. So let's see what transitions us from this opening into this rather negative portrayal of what's going on in philosophy departments. Consequently, philosophy students have been receiving an increasing number of job offers. Notice this builds on the previous sentence, which is not a bad idea. However, it doesn't transition us into the next portion. It does not connect this discussion of professional and academic achievement with the idea that philosophy departments are being downsized. So does half the job we need it to do. Therefore, because of the evidence, what evidence? Colleges increase their offerings in philosophy. That is directly contradicted by what follows. Notwithstanding the attractiveness of this course of study, students have resisted majoring in philosophy. I mean, that's not too bad. It is connecting to the previous part in the sense that you can get these tools for academic and professional achievement. And then, is it then talking about resisted majoring? I mean, the problem is, when we look at the specifics of this, does it say or go on to say anything about the fact that students don't major in philosophy? I mean, maybe, but we'll hold this aside. Hopefully D is better, because C isn't the worst, but you gotta sometimes suspend judgment, hold it aside, see if D is better. If D is terrible, we'll go with C. So you gotta be willing to put a squiggly next to that, put a little mark just to indicate that you're considering it, but let's look at D. However, despite its many utilitarian benefits, colleges have not always supported the study of philosophy. So this is a much better choice. Both show contrast, though I think however is a clearer word than notwithstanding. It's a bit more direct and easier to understand. This D much more clearly connects to the previous sentence and the sentence that follows. So notice the utilitarian benefits, that is right here, right? Academic and professional achievement, the useful tools. Utilitarian meaning useful. Colleges have not always supported the study of philosophy. That connects with what follows, that only 18% of colleges required at least one philosophy course. Remember, we want the one that best sets up the information that follows. So the information that follows is how colleges don't really require philosophy and therefore how it's being cut. So D does the best job showing the impact of colleges. So whereas C is close, I think what eventually gets rid of it is that we're not really focusing on the students here. We're focusing on colleges and how they deal with philosophy. So for that reason, we're going with D. As you can see, you got to look before the sentence and after and see what connects, which choice connects those sentences in the smoothest fashion. And in this case, it's D.